Hello everyone and welcome to Factorio. I'm Par and today I will be playing Seablock. In the previous episode we did a really important thing. We started making tint wire coils and the recipe for that is really like it's much more efficient than our previous process where we were getting them from copper and tin plates. So now we are using ingots. And this is awesome. It's like more than 3 times more efficient. That's good. That's really good. In today's episode, I'm not quite sure what we should be focusing on. Maybe we could... Well, first of all, I guess we can clear the area from the biters wherever we can. So for example here, right? But what I'm really interested in actually is to to slowly get to the modules. Like this productivity modules, I think it's the most important thing that we can, well, maybe not, but I really want to get those. And I also really want to get robot flying speed. That should be somewhere here, which requires ping science. So maybe it would be better if focused on ping science. Let's see. Let's just take a look and decide what we need. What we really need. So the tasks are saying that I need more fuel oil and that I need rubber. But let's check whether that stuff is actually needed for ping science. Ping science requires gold wires, lubricant. We don't have lots of lubricant right now. A little bit of plastic, a little bit of titanium. So basically we have everything that we need for ping science. And it's not like this requires lots of machines, so we should be able to make it. However, before doing that, I really want to build this block with fuel oil. Yeah, I really want to have it. Because we want to produce... Well, first of all, we want to have a good source of fuel oil. And another reason is that I think we're planning on getting it, like using it to produce naphtha. Let's see, how should we do that? I think I'll take this blueprint and we will remove steam turbines or steam engines or whatever is in there. That will get removed. And I want it to be removed probably here. No, that's input side, right? I want it to be closer to the output. So let's do it like this. We are clearing this area. It's looking a bit strange. Like, what exactly is happening here? Okay, I think now it's looking good. So that's the process that we have here. Let's call the station fuel oil. And one thing that I want to have it do... So fuel oil, it... Oh no. Fuel oil, this one. Let's say we did it. Good. Fuel oil, it has lots of nutrient pulp inside, right? We are producing lots of nutrient pulp. So what I want to do, I want this build to, you know, produce and at the same time consume nutrient pulp, because the build over here will be slightly nutrient pulp positive. Like you can see it. No, not here. Run. This one. It's a little bit nutrient pulp positive, so it would be nice to have like a place where we could just consume nutrient pulp without any worry. And at the same time, I think nutrient pulp was used for some things. Okay, usage. It's like used for fish. It can be transformed into like ethanol and butane. It can be used for biters. Can be used for puffers. So basically, it would be nice to have a source of nutrient pulp, and that's what this block will be. It will be producing some nutrient pulp and giving it to us. Now, how? What is getting destroyed? Oh, this part. Okay. I cannot do it from map. I got to do it right here. Nice. So, one thing that we need to do, we need to place all of these things in the water. Yeah. It's not exactly working because of this problem that you have a slightly problematic building in there. Okay, nice. Now it works, and we are still missing this one. Still missing one of shop arm. Now we have it. So with that done, we should have a really good production of fuel oil. $22, $17, $15. We don't. Did the stuff break in the mall? I want to be checking the recipes in the mall pretty much all the time, because I'm not sure whether they broke or not. So this stuff broke. This one probably also broke. Farms might have broken. I no longer know which ones are working fine and which ones are not. So 21, 17, 15. Did we fix them? Did we fix this one? Okay. We should upgrade this one. Let's have a little bit more here, and maybe upgrade this one. So I'm not sure whether upgrading this one is really needed, because the problem is that we couldn't consume it, those things fast enough. This washing plants 1. Let's also make this one a little bit faster. It's probably not needed. It's most likely not needed, but we'll still have it, and it should be working okay. Alright. Okay, now we have a little bit more of this bricks, and it should speed up the process a tiny bit. Let's get back to our block. So this is the block that is producing fuel, and if you look here, I think we already have pretty much everything. We are producing 575 of fuel oil, and for that we need 24, 20, 43. Let's take a look. 24, 24, 24, 48. And we'll need 25 gas refineries. And we have only 9. That's bad. We need 25 of this. How can we do it? So this part is basically used for powering itself. And the part on the right here, I think, can be extended. Why do we have... Okay, so this overflow valve just is placed here. It essentially cuts off the part from there. And this is overflow. So if we want to send it over there, we also want to have overflow over there, because we want to have priority to these 2 blocks. And we need to increase this to 25, right? Can we use a better gas refinery if we use a better one? We need only 20. That is good, and if we use even better one, gas refinery 3, we need 16. Interesting. Gas refinery. This one gives us 3, but we cannot really use 3. We can use second one though. So let's upgrade this. So we'll be using gas refinery 2, the blue one, and we need 20 of this. Okay, we remember it now. 8. Why? Why have like an 8 of those? Probably means that we need to build one more gas refinery. This one, second one. Let's build it. So we'll have some fit produced here. You know what it means? It means that our power plants are overbuilt, like way overbuilt. Let's remove this part completely and take this stuff. Let's see how it fits. How does it fit? Okay, so first of all, we don't need this overflow valves. Should work just fine. This one is also not really needed, because that's a way for sending nutrient pulp over there to these 2 lines. Now that they are sent there, we don't really care about anything else here. Right. This could be done like this. We have water. Water is connected below. That's good. So how many do we have now? We have... what? 12. Wow. We need more. We do that. We can... place it like this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we'll have 21. And we need 19. Okay, so this is good. This is a good number. What I don't like is the fact that we are sending 1,000 nutrient pulp pretty much directly. Yeah, how can we make it a little bit better? Let's add... no. I wanted to add an overflow valve in that direction, but I don't think it's actually such a good idea anymore. What we could do, we could get a direct connection here. Alright, let's do it. So this is the output, fuel oil. This is the input. We can connect it like this. but we can use overflow valve. What is it? Overflow valve? No, not overflow. Yes, overflow. Because we are basically fine with nutrient pulp getting into the right half of the system through this kind of connection, and through this connection with this overflow valve, and through this connection. Right? The main purpose is to separate this half. What I don't really like okay, let's think. Let's think about this for a moment. We want to be able to consume nutrient pulp as well, right? For that, and we want to export it as well. So this name is actually wrong. I want to have nutrient pulp here. Nutrient pulp, this one. Right, so this is input. And this will be the output of fuel oil, nutrient pulp. Is it? Well, oil. Wait. I didn't save it, I think. Nutrient pulp. We're saving it this time, and we are editing this one. Oh no. This is in. But this is actually not input, this is actually output. Output. Nice. So we have this block working. Now, if we want to get some nutrient pulp, and I want to send it here. So I want nutrient pulp to be sent here. I'm confused. This is supposed to be nutrient pulp. Something is wrong here. Maybe, yeah. We got a pollution thing happening here. Well, not pollution, but contamination. Contamination happened. That's bad. We are fixing contamination. We are removing all fuel oil from this, and here we should have only fuel oil. Right, because that's the output. This is the output. This fuel oil is our output. This one. Now, how do we need to prioritize input of nutrient pulp coming from here over the ones that are produced here. And let's say there should be another line, and here. So that means that this stuff needs to come here only. We will make it one directional, and we will add a top-up valve here. So the majority of the plant will be turned off. Right? We'll have majority of the plant turned off if we have nutrient pulp available here. Maybe it's not great that we have only one connection, because we need to deliver a lot of pulp. We could have the same, one extra connection here, I think. Right? Let's try. Let's see how it could work. We could have one connection here, And we could have one connection here. So from now on, we actually have two paths for the nutrient pulp to go. And here, we could also add a top-up valve, because we don't want these two lines, like 3/4 of the build, we don't want them to actually give us any pulp unless we really need it. And another thing that we could do, we could... So I don't need this part, it's self-powered, like this build ends up being self-powered, which is quite nice, to be honest, because we are basing it from our power plant, so it can power itself really easily. We want to get barrels, and in addition to that, we want to have a barreling pump, let's say here, that will be using inserter, like it will be powered kind of by inserter. And should we do it? Like this. So we'll have a lot. Actually, we don't need to. Well, yeah, let's have it going here. We'll have basically barrels coming in here, and this part can be modified a little bit. So we will have nutrient pulp coming from the side, and it will have priority over everything that's coming from this block, right? We have a top-up valve here, and this nutrient pulp will go like this. Let's request empty barrels, because we need them, place the output in there. And let's also request a nutrient pulp barrels. So we want this build to be able to consume any like excess nutrient pulp barrels, and this will be the primary, built with nutrient pulps, with producing nutrient pulp. Right, here we want to change this one, and we will be unbarreling nutrient pulp, emptying it. Nice. Now, what are we missing here? We have some power poles, or at least we were supposed to have some power poles, but for some reason they were not placed quite correctly. It's okay. That is okay, I think. What is this? I don't know. Leftover from somewhere. It's okay. What is this thing? Magical connections. Alt-P. I'm afraid to click it. I am afraid to click it. Let's hide it. This part are regular barrels, right? And here the priority is from the right. We want to consume barrels that are coming from here over barrels that we have in a warehouse. Now, this block produces a lot of fuel oil, and we want to barrel the fuel oil. We actually have it here. Right? We'll have to use 2 barreling pumps for that. And the thing is, I said I also want to export nutrient pulp, right? We could do this, because what we could do, we could have something like this, right? we could have nutrient pulp being produced in the middle, like by the middle thingy. We'll change the recipe soonish. And we can have fluid oil being produced by the outer ones. Fuel oil can come from this side, from here. That's our fluid oil. And nutrient pulp can come from above. Oh, we also could use this space for something. So we want to produce synthesis gas from fuel oil. Could we do it here? Not really, it requires like a lot of steam crackers. We cannot do it here. Let's not do it here. Let's just export fuel oil and nutrient pulp. Let's keep it isolated. It's just about the farming. This should meet all our farming. It should satisfy all our farming needs. And the only thing that's really needed here, we want to always, unconditionally, pretty much, fill this stuff with nutrient pulp. So I'm kind of giving nutrient pulp priority. What is this? This is bad. How did we get? This one's looking good, looking good. Because I have a feeling that some of these things are getting mixed up. Right, one thing that's needed here. We need to have input of barrels. And we kind of have a little bit of space for that. We could do it like this, right? We could, well... or like this. We could add this belt here, and it will be just taking barrels from over there. It should work, I think. Let's take a look. Where are our burden pumps? Why it's taking so long to get them? Strange. Are our bots busy? No, they are not really busy. I'm not sure why we are continuously producing more and more bots, to be honest. Especially because some of our bots are not upgraded. It's okay. So this one is actually a nutrient pulp, right? It's a nutrient pulp one, and we're filling the barrel. So there will be one problem here. We can actually kind of test it. So the issue that we will have is this station will be providing nutrient pulp, and this one will be consuming it, requesting it, and it will just go in circles, kind of. Well, it's supposed to go in circles at the very least, and that's bad, right? It's not the greatest kind of thing. We also, I feel, missing place for rubber port. Let's use this one, because I don't want to rely on this rubber ports that are kind of on the sides. This rubber port should connect us to the main grid. Right, so we'll have this problem, and we'll need to use these things, LTN combinators, to really solve the issue. The problem is that I want the station to be a provider, like a regular provider of stuff, so I don't want to really touch this combinator that much. Basically, I want to support as many network IDs here as possible. And here I want to be able to request this one, empty barrels. So that means that, yeah, I basically want to be able to request those. Let's take a look at the barrels. So the empty barrels, I cannot do it, I need to go over there. So the station with the empty barrels, it outputs empty barrels on network 32. And we normally expect all our stations to support like both, or like at least the higher kind of IDs. All of this should be supported, right? 31 and 32, because we want them to interact with barrels. So both of them will be supported for the stations that actually request any liquids in barrels. So if I make my input station 32, same as this output, it will actually be able to deliver barrels from this one, like take them from this one. And this one is using ID 31. We don't really care because we are not exporting barrels here. Right? So what we can do, we can make this station have ID 32, hoping that it will still be able to request nutrient pulp barrels from whoever is producing those, providing those. And this one, we will remove 32. It will still support as many stations as possible, but it will not support 32, meaning that it will not be able to request stuff, to provide things into here, and it shouldn't because both of these are providers, so whatever. And it will not be able to request things from here. So it should work the way things are now. Let's add some filters. Sorry, not filters, conditions. This is nutrient pulp, right? Nutrient pulp. And I think we want 2,500 for that. And here we want fuel oil barrel. Yeah, this one. Let's see. So I have lots of nutrient pulp. It's all of it is kind of loaded here, so it looks like nutrient pulp production has a priority. Not exactly what I had in mind, to be honest. I'm still a bit surprised because, alright, we have too much water. What can we do with this water? We are exporting it. No, we are not. We are not exporting water for some reason. Really strange. So let's export the water, and we could actually do it in a way that is okay, because it will be clarified here. How much water are we producing, by the way? How much water is here? 183. I think that's a bit too much. Let's add one directional thing here. Top up, overflow. Let's set overflow. No, not overflow. I want one directional, non-return valve. Like this. And I want to clarify some of this water here somehow. How could we do this? We don't have space for clarifier, but we can put a couple of clarifiers here, to be honest. It shouldn't be that bad to do it. We could have a clarifier. How should we do it? Let's say here, here, and here, right? We could have like 3 clarifiers and it should be fine. We could add 3 overflow valves, or maybe just 1 overflow valve, actually. It doesn't particularly matter what we are doing here. Just want to clarify all this water, and this number of clarifiers should be enough, I think. This will unblock this process. It will start working. It already kind of started working, but I don't think this clarifier will be able to. Oh wait, maybe it will. Let's take a look. Water. How are we clarifying it? We can. I don't understand. Wait, it's crafting time. Interesting. We need usage. Usage. We need to avoid it. Oh wait, it was void. We're avoiding 400 water in 2.5 clarifiers, and I think we have like slightly less than 400, so we need 3 clarifiers. So yeah, it's fine that we added 4. It's okay. What's the problem? We don't have nutrient pulp. We are not receiving nutrient pulp. Interesting. It might not be a great thing that we're actually prioritizing it here. But this thing is already at a limit, right? So it's okay. Basically, if something requests nutrient pulp, we'll be able to provide it. And check this out. If we remove the condition from here, the stuff, if we say all are allowed, look what's gonna happen. We'll have a train delivery delivering nutrient pulp. Okay, this is on. It's also on. Right, look at this. We have nutrient pulp being delivered, you know, in a loop, and that's bad. So that's why we are saying take only from network ID 32. Well, it's not network ID 32. It's take this from networks that have 32nd bit in the ID flipped to 1 to true. So that's what it actually means. Because these network IDs, they are not like the actual IDs. We don't have 32 networks. We have 2 in the power of 32 network IDs available. This is just the way that they are kind of grouped. Okay, let's see. This stuff is working. Look at this. Looking good. Things are working. These inserters are doing their best to balance stuff. Okay. This stuff is not working. I don't understand why. Because I thought... Oh no, I do understand why. We actually don't need this mining gas refineries. That's first problem. We don't need them because we are using regular farms instead of this like better farms. So that's one reason. And second reason, some farms are not built, probably. I'm not actually sure. What is interesting is that we are producing here. We are producing pulp here. Here we also have it. Here we have it. This is working correctly, right? So we have top-up valve. Interesting. It's actually working, it's actually topping it up. It's okay. Right, let's take a look. Have we produced this? we are filling this part with fuel oil really, really slowly. I expect it to be honest a little bit faster. Work from this one, but it's not that bad, to be honest. It's not that bad. So with that, we have a build that produces a lot of fuel oil. We shouldn't really have problems with it from now on. We shouldn't have any problems with fuel oil. Now, what else could we do? Could we improve it somehow? Honestly, I don't think so. Let's take a look what we want to do. So we want to produce synthesis gas from fuel oil. Kind of in the way similar to what we are doing here, right? We are also consuming fuel oil here. And we are using this process. One thing that we want to do, we want to produce rubber. So the part that I don't like is that we could have produced rubber right here. But we are not doing it. And the question is why we are not doing it. Because in the end, we want to use in the end we want to use the same process that gives us this thing. This mix of ethane and butane gas. And we'll be able to use it in the right proportions. So, well, okay, if we were to switch this build to rubber, so if we were instead of building rubber here, if we were to do it here, we have like rubber plus methane. This build is made with 112.5 of the stuff in mind. This one requires 140. So if we change it to like 13, or maybe 12. Oh, look at this exact number. It kind of matches, and it wants synthesis gas, and this stuff wants a lot of fuel oil, right? Because that's how we are producing it. Oh, wait. Okay, we were thinking, like I was thinking before that, to use this process. 562 fuel oil, and we were planning on building it here. Right? Let me take a look. Carbon monoxide, it's simple, right? And we can... Oh, we can also produce it from residual gas. I think I'm voiding it now. I'm voiding residual gas, we shouldn't be doing that. We should be converting it to synthesis gas. Okay, but let's take a look at this part. If I were to use this process from carbon monoxide, it cannot be bad, right? So we want 562. So we are going for we're disconnected and going for 562.5. Exactly the same number. So the same amount. Let's see what would it take to get it. Hydrogen. We'll get hydrogen using this process from purified water. That's okay. 22. Maybe we could even use electrolyzers 3. 17. That's reasonable amount. This will need 5 chemical plants. That's also fine. Carbon monoxide. We can get it from hydrogen and carbon dioxide. If we do it, carbon dioxide, requires 17 charcoal. What? Wait, carbon monoxide. Cannot be like this. Okay, we require 7 charcoal if we go with this process. The problem is that we will need to have a lot more hydrogen. So that's one option. Another option is to produce it from carbon. And we can produce carbon from... Let's just use this simple process. And this way we'll need only 4.5 charcoal, which is a pretty good... Actually, this is looking really great. This is looking awesome. Because we can produce this amount of synthesis gas pretty much on site with our charcoal build. We'll probably need to adjust it a little bit, but we should be able to produce it. And this is tiny compared to this thing. Because this thing, fuel oil, we require a whole block of it. And this one, we don't need a lot. We could even do it on site. Which may be better, because this way we can save on trains and we don't have to transport this much synthesis gas. Interesting. Okay, let's take a look again. This part, we need styrene and butadiene. Butadiene, we'll get it from naphtha. We'll request some naphtha and we'll just produce this stuff. Sounds simple. Sounds like pretty straightforward. This part... Actually, the build will be even smaller because we can produce some of the synthesis gas, produce some of it from residual gas, right? So we could say that how can we let's say, how much do we have here? 105, right? So 105. Let's say like 30%. 112. 25%. No. 28. It's 28%. So we can consume basically all of this residual gas and convert it to synthesis. And this way we need less synthesis gas produced here. We can get away with 405, which would be even smaller build. Yeah, that's even less. Maybe we could just consume charcoal without building it on site, because our on-site build, I think, it gives us 11. This will save us a lot of space, which is good. Interesting. Okay, what can I say? Let's remove this marker. I don't think we need it. And I actually want to convert this one to be rubber plus methane. Let's add it to do. More fuel oil. We actually did that. I want to convert methane into rubber. That's what I want to do. I want to produce rubber here. And I want to use, like, I don't want to use a fuel oil. Let's actually, should I stop requesting it? I guess I should, because we don't actually want to do that. We're requesting solid fuel for powering stuff, but I feel like we actually need charcoal for that, right? We need 3.3 charcoal. So we can also kind of stop actually requesting solid fuel, because we'll have to switch things to charcoal instead. Right? And we already have a build that produces hydrogen. Okay, interesting. So let's take a look. What's actually happening here? We have this spot producing rubber. Okay, we'll have this thing. Styrene, this one. We'll need to use. Okay, it's like 888. That is good. But it will need to use. Oh, it also will need to use hydrogen. Oh, not hydrogen fluoride. We need to use hydrofluoric acid. Which hydrogen fluoride, which can be partially produced from here. So we need a little bit of hydrofluoric acid. We can probably take it from somewhere. So this build is relatively straightforward actually, and we don't need yellow catalysts compared to this one. Right? This one required yellow catalysts. So that means that here, okay, we need this too, but we don't need like whatever is needed for yellow. I think like platinum and some other metals that we don't really have yet. Okay, we'll have like 3 lines of this stuff. I'm trying to understand whether we have enough space. Here. We'll have 3 lines. These are minor things. It will just work more or less. Wait. Alright, we'll be producing styrene in here. And this part will be straightforward from naphtha. We might even already have it, but at the end, we're using naphtha for something, right? Oh, we're using it for this one. Okay. We need only 6. So it's almost another line. So we have 3 lines here, we have another line, or maybe we'll put it on the side or something. We'll have to figure this out. Synthesis requires 15. And we already have 15 over here. Okay, that's good. We'll need to convert it back. That's a little bit. And we'll need 12.2 electrolyzers. I think we're still short on hydrogen. Yeah. Where have I placed them? I placed them here. So let's not do that. We need a lot of hydrogen. We can get this hydrogen from this process. What's this one? Purification. 26. Can we use electrolyzer 4? If you use electrolyzer 4, it's only 16. Electrolyzer 4, it's this one, right? Can we research it really quickly, or not? We cannot really research it quickly, but we should be able to research it at some point. Why am I doing this one? It's useless research to us. We want this stuff. Because... And we will be able to build it, because we have processing units, we have blue chips, and yeah, this is good. This is good. Advanced chemistry, right? This is what we're doing. Oh. This is something. Black sockets. That's it's looking complicated a little bit. Let's see. Do we have enough resources? We have, like, the ore situation is great. We have stockpiles of ores. That's good. We don't have enough tin. That's unfortunate. Alright, I remember. Yes, this one. Switch copper to tin. Let's do it. It shouldn't take that long, to be honest. We just need to go to... I completely forgot. Right, but what we basically want, we want to use... Yeah, this stuff. And to change the recipe. And the problem is that in order for it to work, we need to change the stuff a little bit. So we'll need to send round one, and we'll need to combine it. So we don't need to send this one forward. Right? Need to send this one forward. However, we'll need to do something like this. And another problem is that we don't want to kind of merge them in here. We want to send them over there somehow, and then we'll figure out what to do with tin. We basically need to merge it like in here, which should be well, or here with this tin. Right, we can merge it with this tin. That means that we don't actually need to like, do it like this. We can just add thing here, and the idea will be that we'll let the tin that is going that is on this belt, this will have priority, right? Because this is just like something extra it will have. Oh, we have extra copper here. We could make it extra tin. Now that I think about it. Yeah, we could make this one also tin. And here, what is happening here? I mean, we could also send it forward. Should we do it? Input priority from the left. Right. Let's see. We need to... I mean, this is not great situation that we're in right now. I basically want to remove pretty much all of this and place it again. I want to do the same thing here. I want to delete this part. Oh no, not like this. Like this. I want to delete it and place it again. Here, probably want to also turn it off. How do we turn it off? We turn it off by cutting these two lines. And I want to have tin here as well. I want to produce tin ore here as well. And we should be able to do that, right? Because here we could say that the input is from the left. Here the input is from the left. Here. This is interesting. We want this part to go forward maybe a little bit further like this. This one can be completely removed from here. Let's remove here and place it again. And the input here needs to be blue and brown. So we don't need this one. We want to get blue and brown. Like this. And the brown one can just, you know, go forward. We could have a splitter. Oh, not here, here. And it should work, I think. Okay, let's wait for the robots to finish doing whatever they're doing. This part. Did we forget to take it and drop it? I think we have. Yeah, I think we forgot to do that. It's okay. So this is actually a run one. We don't want the stuff, we just want this thing to be delivered there. Like this. And this one, we want it to be moved a little bit forward. Like this. Okay, this should be looking, this should be working correctly now. Let's see. One problem here is that we need tin to come from this side, and the priority should be given to the tin that's coming here. From like these 3 lanes should have priority. Let's do this. It wasn't exactly planned, but I don't want to forget about it. I don't want to forget about it. We're already at 1 hour, but I really want to have this part fixed and working properly. Right, so we have tin consumed from this side, that's fine. It's actually really good stuff happening. We're consuming tin. Copper is being consumed from here as well. Alright, I need to send this copper over there. But the priority is to take tin from here. From here. And the same thing should be done here. We are taking tin from here as a priority. And on this side we are just changed recipes. And I feel it should work. It should work now. And because this tin is priority, that tin is priority, and here the things should be first sent to the right, kind of directly. Right. Now the production here stopped, unfortunately, but it should resume really soon. I'm not sure what suddenly started consuming that much copper that this build unblocked, but the point is that we don't care about copper here. If this stuff is stuck, on tin, will be producing copper through this process, and we have a lot of sorting facilities here. However, we don't have any dedicated like tin production facility anywhere. So this is like literally the only production of tin that we have. And if we have enough copper, and this like middle blocks with like 3 sorting facilities in a row get stuck, well, because they're full of on output, then tin production stops. And we, like in the past, we had to rely on this for 5 sorting facilities, which is not a lot. Now we have 15, and it should even work, right? Because we are giving input priority to the stuff that's produced here. This thing gets only like excess. Honestly, I'm surprised anything is sent here at all. Right, because it's supposed to be output priority to the right. Okay, now it makes more sense. We are sending stuff over there. This is not working. It doesn't have crushed bobmonium. Why we don't have bobmonium? Right, because it just doesn't reach us. It's okay. It does not reach us. We could make it a little bit more interesting. We could say that output priority goes here, here, and here. And for this stuff, same thing really, right? Output priority to the right. So we can say that we want to feed this center process like really, like we're really focused on that. Same thing here. Not input, output priority to the right. We want to feed this one first, and only excess we want to send over there. Okay, look at that. We have a lot of tin coming up here. We have some tin here. I don't know why we have this priorities. Alright, I know. Because in the past we had copper production here. So now it doesn't actually matter. We could remove this one. It will work fine either way. I'm a bit worried that it looks like as if we don't have enough speed on this belt. But it's okay. Let's take a look. What happened with tin? Tin. I guess. Or, well, this one. This one. What else have I clicked? So let's take a look. Our production of tin ore. I mean, I don't really see a difference at this point. Alright, because the peaks haven't changed. Peaks is when a combo ore plus tin was working. What should have changed is that this lower things should be higher now. We shouldn't have this such like deep drops as we used to have in the past. Here, the stuff is basically full of tin. I cannot push more tin over there. It's not possible. You know, it might make sense to do something interesting here. We could move this one. This. We could add stuff here. And we could say that this part is getting tin from here. Because the thing is that now we are like almost symmetrical. This part produces a little bit more tin, but we can definitely send some tin from the bottom here, which should increase the production of which should basically help with making sure that all processes here get enough tin. Okay, let's wait for this one. Okay, robots are flying, nice. Let's send it to the left. So it should have helped a little bit. But let's see. So we're sending stuff to the left. And here the input is from this side. So we're limited to one belt here, but we don't have to be limited to one belt, right? We can actually allow input priority from the left. We can allow two belts to go through this. Just want to send as much things to the left, and if we have anything extra, we still want to let it through. So we don't want this part to be limited by two belts only. But it's working correctly now. It should. We should get pretty much two full belts here. Or like, you know, almost full belts. Have something here. We have something there. Oh, look at this. Isn't it nice? I think it's looking really, really good. And the consent. I mean, we could say input priority from the right. I don't know why I did it. Maybe in order to make sure that we have like some back, kinda, so that we have some extra ore kinda just staying and chilling on these belts, so that when these things are unblocked, it can go to the left first. I don't know, maybe I'm just saying some nonsense. But I like it to be like this. And everything should be looking great now. I don't believe we'll have any problems with the tin from now on. Now that this build is done the way it is, and these things are working non-stop, it should... we should have lots of tin. Let's take a look. We are short on tin. Yep. But it's okay, because like the problem with this tin production is that we didn't have enough ingots, I think. We can actually take a look. Inventory. We are short, like we need 60,000 tin ingots. And we'll get them now that we fixed this build. We're producing a lot of ingots. Almost 2 full belts. Almost. Not quite though. Not quite full. It might just be the problem with blast furnaces. Just might have not enough of stuff. Okay. Let's stop here. What did we do today? I think we built this fuel block, didn't we? Yes, I believe we built this thing that produces lots of fuel, oil, and nutrient pulp, and consumes nutrient pulp, and we also fixed tin ingot production. Now we shouldn't have problems with the tin. Let's mark it as fixed. And next thing on the list is to convert the block that produces methane into rubber. Okay. Save this. That was episode 146. Thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Cheers.